Hey everybody, you live in the studio with Al and Dave. Hey, the captain and the GM, man. We got a great show coming to you guys today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey, Captain, man, what's going on, man?
What's going on, GM?
Hey, nothing much, man. You know we got to talk about our Falcons, man. We got a great Monday Night Football game coming up. It's going to be a tough battle between the Falcons and Green Bay. I don't think the Falcons going to lay down and just let Green Bay run all over us, but at this time, Aaron Rodgers is playing lights out football.
Absolutely, man. He's balling, very consistent, not making very many mistakes, and it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, I only think he threw 3 interceptions this year and 32 touchdowns and 3 interceptions this year. So right. He gonna be playing
and 0 at home.
So that's the scary part. Whereas we know Matt Ryan is interception prone. But, you know, I'm a homer, so I'm really believing that we could go. We know we could go up there and beat these guys. But we got to play mistake-free football. We got to run the ball. We can't get into a shootout with these guys.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you, man. Can't have any blown coverages, man. Green Bay going to hit you. Going to throw it. You know, Jordan Nelson find a way to get open every single game, seems like. So, like I said, we got to play mistake-free football. We can't have any blown coverages on that back end.
Exactly. But let me ask you about that Jordan Nelson, man. Some reason he do get open downfield a lot. Like just last week, he got open against one of the best defensive backs in the game, Darrelle Revis. And so now I'm starting to take notice to his downfield play. What makes him get open so much? What do you think make him get open like that?
Man, that's a tough question because I don't know. I don't know if it's a sense of putting him in a position to take advantage of a weakness from the other team or what. I know, man, you kind of spoke about this earlier. Maybe his speed. I don't know, man. I do think he got deceptive speed. I think a lot of those defense backs look at him like, oh, okay, this is just a white guy. He don't have the top end speed that they think he have. And once he blow by you, he turn on the jets. I think he's faster than people portray him to be. That's possible, man, but it happens every game. Somebody got to be like, look, let's keep this something over the top. He just can't be breaking 60 and 70 yard every game.
Hey, but at the same time, with Aaron Rodgers playing the way he's playing and scrambling the way he's scrambling, able to move around. Because I'm not saying he's scrambling, but moving around in the pocket. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of those defensive backs are peeping in the backfield.
That's a possibility. And getting behind them over the top.
You know what I mean? Because at the same time, it really helping Green Bay. With Eddie Lacy playing the way he's playing, running the ball, and being a bruiser, because that's what he's bringing to that particular team.
You might be on to something, man. You might be on to something with the moving around the pocket. Defense backs tend to peak. Jordan get behind him, and Aaron has a strong arm. He can, maybe the defense back don't feel, he can throw across his body and all that and get it downfield, which he can.
Yeah.
So you might be on to something on that one.
And then, you know, and Don Capers got that defense playing lights out. I think Julius Peppers, who's in the back end of his career, is really playing well as the outside linebacker.
Oh, absolutely, man.
You know.
That was a good. Turned out to be a good move for him.
Yeah. So bad move for Chicago Bears, because ever since he left, man, their defense is horrible.
They was hard when he was there too. So.
They was. But nobody giving out Falcons a snowball chance. You know what I mean? Snowball chance. Nobody giving the Falcons a snowball chance. And I know the chances the chances of the Falcons winning this game is slim to none.
Right.
But at the same time, like me, you talked before we came on the air, I do think the Falcons can win this game. I do think they can win this game, but we got to play mistake-free and lights out, and we got to force Aaron Rodgers to make mistakes that he usually don't make. That's true.
And it started with some pressure, though, and we still haven't proved that we can get pressure. If you give Aaron Rodgers time in that pocket just to stand there and survey the field, he will pick you apart. So we got to figure out a way to, I wouldn't say blitzing him, because that's gonna leave you exposed on the back end. But them front four got to figure out a way to get pressure up front, some kind of way.
Exactly, and a lot of during the week I had time to talk to a lot of people about the Arizona Cardinals game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They was like, well, the Arizona Cardinals had good defense. We was able to put 29 points up on them and hold their offense until we gave them a garbage touchdown at the end, but hold them to really 10 points. But I'm saying at the same time, you playing against Drew Stanton, not Aaron Rodgers. It's a difference when you got a grade A quarterback and you got a possibly a grade C backup quarterback.
Right, I agree with that. And let's not forget that Arizona didn't have all of their weapons, man. Fitzgerald didn't play again. That's your best receiver right there.
Yeah.
They lost Andre Ellington, who's a playmaker for them on offense during the game. So they had some injuries too, but I agree, Drew Stanton ain't Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers. And then they had also they was missing Carson Palmer, which is a step up over Drew Stanton. Now, being an Atlanta Falcons fan, I'm glad we got the win.
Oh, absolutely.
I take the win however I can get it. If Aaron Rodgers go out there and blow 2 kneecaps out and when Green Bay lose, I'd be happy to get the wins. I would care less. Absolutely. I feel bad for Aaron the following week. You know what I mean? But at that particular time, I'd be happy that Atlanta Falcons got that win.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
man. So, are you giving the Falcons a chance?
I'm giving them a chance. I'm giving them a chance due to the fact I'm a homer. You know what I mean? I'm a root for the Falcons. So, but I do feel like we got to play mistake-free ball, which that ain't good when you got to put Matt Ryan in that situation. We got to run the ball effectively and efficiently. Steven Jackson need another 100-yard game like he had last week, and I don't see that happening. But we gotta run the ball and we gotta try to minimize every time. And another thing, every time Aaron Rodgers score, we got to at least be scoring, matching their intensity. We can't sit and go 3 and out because I don't feel Green Bay Packers gonna go 3 and out on us like that.
No, we can't set up for field goals.
No, we can't. We got to put the ball in the end zone.
Right. I agree with you. We got to go back to the old Falcons way. We got to control that clock.
Yeah.
We need to keep Aaron over on the bench, freezing in that cold weather.
Exactly.
We got to run. We need long drives. Every time we get the ball, long drives.
Exactly. And because that's why I said we got to be able to pound the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got to be. Because if we allow them to get up, all they're going to do is use Eddie Lacy against us.
Right.
So we need to be the first one to use our big back against them. And I know Steven Jackson, who's on recaps, he on them Johnny recaps right now. His tire's about gone. But Steven, we going to need you, man. We going to need them 39 come Monday night.
Absolutely, man. We need him, man. We already know he's probably going to retire after this. So 4 more games, man. We need him. And on the other side of the ball, OC already said he is retiring as well.
Yes.
So we need those 2 veterans to really show up these last 4 games for us, man, and really play some good, sound football for us here.
Exactly. And then last year, we went to Green Bay last year. Fortunately, Aaron was out that game, and we almost won that game against Matt Flynn, but we allowed him to get down the field at the end and beat us. You know what I mean? But we had a terrible year last year, about like we having a terrible year this year.
Right.
But this year we got a challenge on our hand. I think our linebacker is going to be what caused us to really look bad on this Monday night game. I'm not saying these guys can't play the game, but at the level that we're going to need them to play, I don't think Paul Warlow or Japu can play at that level that we're going to need them to play on Monday night.
Right, they haven't done it all season, so I'm with you. I don't think that level of talent is there at the linebacker position for us, and we need them to be the best, man. Like I said, against a guy like Aaron Rodgers, you got to be on your A game.
You got to be on your A game.
He know the tricks to the game. So,
exactly, and it helped him that he was able to sit behind a future Hall of Famer like Brett Favre for all those years. I know he didn't want to sit behind Brett Favre for 4 years, but you've seen the fruits of the labor of sitting behind a legend or a future Hall of Famer and learning the game from one of the best.
Right. That it definitely benefited him.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely benefited him. Because, his coach now, Mike McCartney, was in San Fran, and at the time they drafted the other quarterback, Alex.
Exactly.
So it definitely benefited Aaron Rodgers. Just sit down and learn the game, learn his trade, his craft, and you see what you got from him right now.
So let me get your prediction on the game, man. Monday night game, Atlanta Falcons, Green Bay Packers. Let me get your prediction on the game.
Oh, come on, man. I can't root against my Falcons. I can't root them, so I got to say they're going to get the win.
Let me hear your score on that.
Oh, goodness. It's going to be close. Falcons by a field goal.
Falcons by a field goal?
We're going to score some points. Let's say it's going to be in the 30s.
Come on now, let me get that. I need them numbers. Now.
You need the numbers, man.
Yeah, I need the numbers.
Put me on the spot. We might have to come back to my numbers.
You know what? I'm going with. It's gonna be a very cold game. That ball gonna be super hard to kick. So this gonna be, to me, I'm thinking this is gonna be one of the low scoring games. I'm going 21-24 Falcons by 3 over Green Bay Packers. Vegas got Green Bay beating us by 13.5 points, but I'm thinking something miraculous gonna happen out there on Monday night. And I'm thinking 24, either 24-21 Falcons or 31-28 Falcons.
Okay, I say it's gonna be in the 30s, so I'm gonna say 30-33 Falcons.
Okay.
Green Bay, we know, can score in the cold. They put up 50 burgers in 2 weeks in a row. So
yes, they have.
The Falcons got to keep up with that some kind of way. So I think it's going to be in the 30s.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, man, that's our prediction for the Monday Night Falcons game, man. Let's move forward to the other parts of the NFL, man. One of the disappointing parts of the NFL this week was Atlanta, man, from the Baltimore Ravens, suspended for 4 games for taking Adderall,
right?
Which is a banned substance in the NFL. However, he admitted to taking it. He knew what he was doing, and he could possibly, by being out 4 games, with his 4 games left of the season, cost his team a chance to make it in the playoff. What do you think about Atlanta and putting his team putting the Baltimore Ravens in that type of situation when he's one of the anchors?
Unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. I think that is going to cost his team a playoff spot. So now they got to rely on a rookie, Timmy Jernigan, who's a very good collegiate player, but he's not holding out.
No, he's not.
So I think that's going to cost his team a playoff spot. It's unfortunate, but you got to learn from it, man. He knew better.
Yeah, he been in the game a long time. He knew what he was doing on that.
Right.
And I lost a little bit of respect for Olenata, but because he put his team in that situation, mm-hmm. But at the same time, you got to be smart, man. You got to be smarter than that.
You do.
I know those guys try to stay in the game as long as they can, try to stay competitive as long as they can, but you can't stay in the game by cheating.
Absolutely.
And that could go for Olenata, anybody on the Falcons player. One of my homers players do, cheat, I'll be on them just as hard.
I'm with you. Like I said, it's unfortunate. So I think Baltimore season is done. Don't think they're gonna make the playoff. They're in the hunt, and that division is tough. Mm-hmm. All them guys is right around the same
record. Yeah, around 75. I think.
Right.
I think Cleveland, Pittsburgh, all of them 75.
Right. Cincinnati, I think 8. I think they leading at this point, but I think their season is done with the losing to Holinata.
Yeah. So and another thing, man, what you hats go off to Dallas for winning that game Thursday night against Chicago Bears, but at the same time, man, Brandon Marshall going down with a knee to the back, causing a collapsed lung and broken ribs. That was that ended his season.
Right.
And man, that was terrible.
It was terrible, man. Prayers go out to him. Hopefully, get healthy. Hopefully, it works out for him. The Bears was a bad team in terms of the game. Mm-hmm. And Dallas just beat a bad team. The Bears wasn't going to do anything anyway in terms of making the playoffs. So
yeah, they was done.
Don't think they're going to truly miss Martian in terms of that, because like I said, they weren't going to make the playoff or making the noise anyway. So at this point, I just hopefully he's healthy. And prayers go out to him and his fam, and hopefully everything work out for him and going forward in the future.
And Jay Cutler play right now is hot garbage. You know what I mean?
But Jay ain't never been an elite in my opinion.
No, he's never. But he getting elite pay right now. I know that's the quarterback's rate of pay, but his production is hot garbage, man.
It is, but Chicago they haven't had a good quarterback, so they the first decent quarterback came along, they threw the bank at him.
They did, but does this particular season cost Mark Trestman his job? He's supposed to be an offensive guy.
Right.
He's supposed to turn it around.
Right. I think so. I think so. This is what, second year?
Second year here.
And they've been losing ever since, so I think so. I think this is going to cost him his job.
I was in conversation with one of the other guys, and we was talking. He was saying he don't think Mark Trestman will lose his job, But I'm like, because of the offensive struggle. But I'm like, that's what Lovey lost his job about, the offensive struggle. Lovey went 10-6,
right? And
they fired him because of the offensive struggle at the end of the season.
Absolutely. So we'll see. In my opinion, yes, he's going to lose his job. But we'll see. They haven't beat Green Bay. In those division games, man,
mm-hmm.
It's just like the Falcons and the Saints. You gotta beat that one team. You just gotta beat.
Yeah, you got to.
And he haven't. So
exactly,
probably gonna be a change in Chicago.
I would think so, and I think if Trestman don't go, Jay Cutler, it's one of them, man. Because Jay is terrible right now, but I got a spin off on you, man. I got a bomb for you.
What's
I got
the
a
bomb
bomb for you, man.
Boom, drop it.
RG3 and Jay Gruden situation is unrepairable due to my reliable sources up in DC. Who goes? Do RG3 go or Jay Gruden go?
That's the $1 million question.
Because they say it's unrepairable.
And that's a $1 million question, and this is why, in my opinion, it's probably gonna be, I don't know, that's super tough. But I would say RG3 possibly, but you just never know because the owner Dan Snyder loves RG3.
Yeah,
he loves him, and if RG3 goes, I don't know, who's gonna be quarterback? Probably Colt McCoy.
Probably McCoy. Colt is seen to be playing a little bit better than RG3. Hell, Kirk Cousins played better than RG3 right now. He was buzzing too.
But you gave up a lot to get him at the same time.
They did mortgage the farm to get RG3. But at the same time, do you just wipe your hands up and try to learn from the mistake? Because I think they gave up 3 first. Well, they swapped first round draft picks, and you gave up 2 first round draft picks, and you gave up, I think, a second or third for RG3, and this guy just hasn't panned out for you.
That's true. And it kind of goes back to, what if you give RG3 up and it doesn't work out? Jay Gruden is a rookie coach.
He is.
He's not proven. He haven't won anything either.
No, he haven't.
So it's kind of a toss-up. But we know the owner Dan Snyder loves RG3. So it's kind of hard for me to see him going too. I think it probably will be RG3 in the end. But
from a business standpoint, it has to be RG3.
Right.
Because if you fire, you fired Mike Shanahan last year because RG3 and Mike Shanahan was butting heads. They couldn't get along.
Right.
Now the new coach you brought in, Jay Gruden, is not getting along with RG3. Mm-hmm. If you let another head coach go and keep a player that's subpar, you're not going to get another A-list coach in here to come in here to coach this team for you.
That's true. And Jay, we don't know what Jay probably not an A. He never won anything at this point. So Jay Gruden.
He haven't, but his offense been coming from Cincinnati. His offense been pretty hot up in Cincinnati.
They're solid. They're solid. Absolutely. But it's like I said, that's $1 million question, man. It's because Jay isn't proving himself, but RG3 probably is garbage.
Yeah.
With 2 coaches saying the same thing about you.
And he can't stay healthy.
Right, he can't stay healthy either, but we know the owner loves him. And they got this special relationship. So, as another coach gone, is RG3 going to go, and they going to run with a third-string quarterback? What's the deal?
But let me. A lot of people didn't realize that. A lot of people noticed this, but nobody really talking about it. I heard it from a radio station, guys over there at 92.9, Jamie Dukes and Mark. They were saying if you looked at that game when RG3 got knocked down the other week, his offensive lineman wasn't even helping him up.
Oh wow!
His offensive lineman wasn't even helping him up, man. Helping him get off the field. They had the opposite players reaching their hand down. His offensive line wasn't even coming to his rescue.
Wow.
So that's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign. It's not a good sign at all if your old line ain't helping you. That mean they didn't kind of turn it back of you. They tired of you too, and there's a problem there.
They said they was tired of his shenanigans and being above the team.
Wow.
They say RG3. This is what the sources saying. They say that they feel like RG3 think he's above the team.
So if RG3 goes, next thing I probably say it's probably RG3 over the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd he go?
If RG3,
right?
Right now, sources saying he could head to Philly. Sources say he would head to Philly.
Don't see that.
Chip Kelly's scheme of things.
I don't see that though. One, you already got a quarterback in Nick Foles. Then, if you don't believe in Nick Foles, Sanchez has really been playing great for you.
Yeah, but I don't think Sanchez is gonna stay there. I don't think they can keep. I don't think they're gonna keep Sanchez there. Or you could bring him in as and release what is it, Matt Barkley. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because my thing is, Chip Kelly is not loyal to none of those guys. I mean, Vic got hurt, and Nick Foles came in, was the hot quarterback. Vic out. Nick Foles got hurt, so right now Sanchez the quarterback. I got a feeling Nick Foles gonna be out because he didn't have the same year he had last year. We threw 29 touchdowns and 2 touchdowns. Now this year Nick Foles is being the real Nick Foles.
Right, but we knew that was a fluke season. He had like 20 some touchdowns or whatever and 2 interceptions. That was a fluke season. We knew he wasn't going to duplicate that again. But I just don't know if RG3 fits in the Philly scheme of things, man.
Where do you think he would go?
I don't know. It might be a tough spot for him to get another job, man. With 2 coaches, really talking, saying what they're saying about him. Mm-hmm. It'll be a team that maybe give him a shot as a project, but I don't know if he can go anywhere and really start. I think
I don't think he'll really be starting nowhere. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because I think he have a problem reading defenses, and if he's just like I say negative, if that's your sources hearing where the offensive line, if he be RG3 above the team, nobody don't want that problem, man.
And that's true. But you know what? I'm gonna say this, and and it might not be the best statement, but I'm gonna put it out there. I think a lot of our African Americans quarterbacks have a problem with reading defense because they've been so good athletically. They were so good with their legs. I think all of them have problems with reading quarterbacks, reading defense, and it end up catching up with them. Mike Vick struggled. I still think Mike Vick struggled to this day.
Right.
Geno Smith struggled with reading quarterback. E.J. Manuel got benched because he was making mistakes and not reading.
Right.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
He can't read defense like that. And I'm thinking, and now RG3 is starting to show. But the only one I really truly think can read and play the game the way it's supposed to be played is Russell Wilson.
Yep.
And it has shown because this man in his second year has won a Super Bowl.
Right. I absolutely agree with you on that.
Now, he had an awesome defense with him, too, and they probably was on PEDs because a lot of them got caught with PEDs. But at the same time, Russell Wilson is the one that I think as an African-American quarterback can truly read defense.
And I agree. That's the one I had him when you was just going through your spiel. Mm-hmm. I agree with every one of them. And even on Russell Wilson, I think he's the best no African American quarterback that can read defenses and play the game like it's supposed to be played. If you look at him, he's consistently looking downfield. He can scramble around the pocket and move around the pocket, but he want to throw the ball.
Yes, his first option is to try to throw, and he's been a great. I like watching him.
I like him too, man. He's a very exciting player to watch, and I agree. I like Russell.
Exactly. Hey, man, like we didn't get back in the studio. That game last week between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady was a game, man.
That was, man. Which we figured that was going to be a good game.
That was a good game, man. Even Brady was fired after 15 years in the league. He was still fired up to play Aaron Rodgers.
Right. That might have been the first
time they ever met. And he was like, he wished he'd have won that game.
Right. And you can count on the league scheduling them more now.
Yeah.
Of course, Brady and Peyton meet every year. You can count on that matchup happening going forward.
Exactly. So that was a great game, man. And hey, it's gonna be some great matchups to come. Unfortunately, Brady is back in the career. I think Belichick will keep him around about 2 more years. And Belichick loved Brady, but at the same time,
it's about winning.
It's about winning with Belichick. You know what I mean? So I think about 2 more years.
I think long as Tom's still
being productive, yeah,
he'll be around.
Yeah,
if he's starting to slip on his production, Tom probably retire, or they'll force him to retire. I don't think you'll ever see him play for another team.
Nah, he won't. I think they'll give him a front office job before he play for another team, man.
Absolutely.
So that is good. Is Romo for real, man? Is the Cowboys for real?
The Cowboys are the most balanced team. I think in the league with being able to run the ball, and their defense is solid. So I'm gonna have to go with yes, man. And they undefeated on the road. That's impressive.
They are.
They get beat at home, which is abnormal. But to be undefeated on the road, that says a lot. Out of anything about the Cowboys, that probably says the most to me. To go into somebody's house and be able to win. So I'm gonna have to say, yeah, they're for real.
They're for real? Yeah, I think so too, man. But I think the running of DeMarco Murray has really helped Tony Romo. You know what I mean? Because Tony Romo don't have to feel like it's all on him now.
Right, and that's typical with any team. If you can run the ball, that takes a lot off a quarterback. So absolutely.
So I think the Cowboys might be for, even though I don't see them winning the East.
Okay, that's what I was just about to ask you. Who win that division? So
I think the Eagles win.
The Eagles still take it.
I think the Eagles take it just from they play and they went down to Jerry's World and beat the Cowboys already. I don't see the Cowboys beating them in Philly.
But the Cowboys lose at home. They don't lose on the road.
Yeah, but neither does the Eagles. The Eagles don't really lose up at Lincoln Field either, man.
That's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a chess match, and I'm interested to see how Dallas bounce back. They after getting whooped and beat convincingly on Thanksgiving Day in that game. Them boys couldn't run the ball, and they got an offensive line that mauled folks, and the Eagles were stopping them on 4th and 1.
They were stopping
3rd and 1s, and it's gonna be interesting how Dallas respond in that game when they play again.
Yeah, it is. But we can actually say right now, Dallas has won 9 games this year, so this will be the first time in 4 years that they won't win under 8-8.
On the Gary,
they'll have more wins than losses this year. So.
Yeah, on the Jason Garrett. Right.
So that's a great thing.
Absolutely.
So how long you get Rex Ryan, man? 4 more games, he out?
Yeah, Rex done after this year, man. He's done. But the good thing for Rex is, I think he's gonna have a job fairly quickly.
Head coaching or in the booth? Because I'm hearing he's gonna go ahead into the booth.
You think he's into the booth? I think he's gonna have a coaching job fairly quickly. Rex is a good coach, I think, and his players love Rex Ryan, and they love to play for Rex Ryan. I think they play hard for Rex Ryan, and that's a characteristic that you look for in a coach. Do the players play hard for you and want to play for you? So he's not gonna be out of a job very long, in my opinion, coaching job, if that's what he wants to do.
Okay, I can see that then.
I got to ask you, what about the other Ryan? Rob. What's going to happen with Rob? GM?
I think Rob is out. Him and Sean Payton too much bickering on the sideline. I think Sean Payton gonna fire Rob Ryan at the end of the year, especially having a losing season. The defense can't stop nobody. I think Rob is done in New Orleans.
But that's a Rob Ryan problem that the defense can't stop nobody. We just know last year he was the top 5 or something defense. So what happened in a year?
He had too much of that gumbo.
Ate too much gumbo?
Yeah, ate too much gumbo.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Personally, I'm happy he can't stop nobody else.
I think that chicken foot thing got old.
I think all them souls in that Mercedes Benz dome.
They leaving.
They leaving. You know what I mean? They was only there for about 4 years, 5 years.
They had a 4-year contract.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Because they tail whooped 3 games in a row in the dome. I was like, oh, and then the real Saints is showing up. The real Saints is marching in, but that's it happens. And I think Drew Brees is losing the step. I still think he's a good quarterback, a great quarterback, but I think Drew Brees, the age is starting to catch up with him. You know what I mean? I think the age is catching up with him.
It's possible. He did go up in Pittsburgh and beat them boys like they stole something. So,
but they almost lost that game because it was 35-32 at the end.
Yeah, I didn't truly see the game, so I don't know if that was all kind of garbage points. But so I don't know. Sometimes games can end close, but not really be close.
Exactly.
So I didn't see the game to be able to make that determination.
But you know what I think the Saints is missing? I think the Saints' problem is Darren Sproles. Once they let Darren Sproles left, because he was Drew Brees' bailout. You know what I mean? He couldn't get to. Once he couldn't get to Jimmy Graham, I think Jimmy Graham always was his first option. Mm-hmm. And then Marcus Costa, and then he checked down to Darren Sproles. That option is not there anymore. They elected to let that go to sign Bird, really, to make room for Bird and all the other players. And with Brandon Cook going down, I think that's hurting. He missed his Darren Sproles.
Right. And like I say, with Cook going down, that was Darren's replacement, so to say, at the receiver position. But injuries happen. And
as good as Cook been, he wasn't Darren Sproles. He didn't do what Darren Sproles did.
No, Darren Sproles was kind of a jack of all trades, man.
Yeah.
And you just look at him now, how the Eagles use him. He's a jack of all trades. And it's kind of hard to replace that.
It is.
Production, but
it is, but
we Falcons fans, so good. We can care less about the Saints.
Exactly. Them stinking ain'ts, man. I can't stand the stinking ain'ts, man. But at the same time, man, it's been a great show, man. Who your man up this weekend is, man?
Tyson Jackson, man. We need that DT to man up, clog up that middle, take that run game away, and make Aaron Rodgers throw and possibly make some mistakes. Make him one-dimensional.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And I think my man up this week here has to be Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan got to be my man up. He got to play lights out. He got to match Aaron Rodgers' intensity. Even if the Falcons lose this game, I want to see Matt put it out there. I want to see Matt Ryan lay it out.
Absolutely. Good man up, man.
Yeah.
Good
that's
man
what
up.
I want to see.
So yeah, man. We're going to see what's going to happen, man.
Yeah, so we're going to see, man, like I say, Falcons 31-28 or 24-21 Falcons, but we'll go from there.
We'll talk about it next time.
Next time, man. It's been a great show, man. And thanks for listening to the Al and David show. I want to say y'all can go subscribe to us at Spreaker.com and look on the Atwell Brothers, or y'all can also subscribe to us at YouTube and the Atwell Brothers, and check out our shows, give us feedback, or you can send us emails at atwellbrothers@gmail.com, and we'll gladly respond back to you. Thanks, and we love the fans, and keep supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Rise up, Atlanta.
Rise up, ATL.